in this region here. Like, what do you have here? Just 16K? It's not bad. It's not enough though. Not if it's going to not if it's going to reject this move. It's just not enough unless it loses some trend and then you have a massive move down afterwards. But this is the things that chart architecture is going to tell you in the moment when you're looking at these two levels and you're saying, okay, well, which is it going to go after? Is it going to go after the 4-hour profit cap, right? Or is it going to go after the 1-hour level and ladder the move? Well, it's likely going after the 4-hour because it's the next biggest time frame down. However, in the past year, it was the 1-hour that laddered this move. Like you can see it right here. It was the 1-hour right here that laddered this move. So you can ladder off a 1-hour as to where the 4-hour in this moment would have been all the way up here. Good $100 difference, almost $83. Yeah, we've got a good $100 here as well. So which level are you going to go after? You can only tell in the moment. This is not something we can see right now and say, oh, we're going after this level, we're going after this level. Presumably we're going after the 4-hour. But if the 1-hour is going to stop it, it's going to be off of that. If this was just a 15-minute candle and a 15-minute level, I wouldn't even look twice at it. You probably have those in here. So just mark this one, for example. You know what? Mark this one, for example. Here's an untested 15-minute level. These are great for scalps and all that, but like, you know, there's nothing even there. It just moves right through it. It probably stops for maybe like a 1-minute candle and moves right through it. Yeah, it doesn't even really stop. It just moves right through it. And yeah, again, you're working from the wrong side of the chart, right? So when you're defining kind of this important moment like this, right? And you know, draw your, okay, we don't have it here because it's Binance and they don't have the information. But when you're looking at this, you have to work from the highest time frame down and see where these ladder points exist, right? Like even here, the weekly, back here, you know, recreate those, right? We create the weekly, go to the daily, recreate the daily. And this is not how we scalp. This is not how we swing trade. This is more position trading. We're trying to find the bigger piece of the move, right? Trying to find the more notable spots where this is going to take a large move down, you know, 10% or more, because it's coming close to that. And we obviously see it on the XBT chart. And we simply have nothing here. So we have to level set by going down in time frames. And then we're left with this here. And we can pretty much delete everything else on the chart. Like this is already tested. This is a weekly range. You'd possibly be here, but you know, very doubtful. You've kind of already created this. Could be a 12-hour maybe. Yeah, you've already laddered off that. You've already laddered here. You've already laddered there. And that's like a big key to it, right? Like you've already laddered off these levels to create this. Let's go back to XBT. Where we had our levels here. Take a look at this. Why is this on the left? We want to go do this on the right. Top right. Okay, there we go. Again, nothing on the 4-hour up to here. So this is the profit cap of the move right now. This is where it's most likely to have the biggest pullback. But you can't rule out a level higher just due to the fact that we are at a monthly trend right now. And when you come up on these monthly trends and, you know, these larger weekly trends and monthly trends, you're not necessarily going to stop by that trend, as you can see here. Rather, you're going to use the trend to ladder. Like if you were to think these are 1-minute candles, right? Think of these as a 1-minute candle. We'll go find an example. This is exactly what it looks like. Except we're on the largest time frame here. So there is no more, fall through and adapt this trend. There is none of that. That's simply not there. At that point, you're moving up in the range or down. But if these were 1-minute candles, that's the process you would do, is you would wait for it to break down and then you'd adapt trend like that to this point here and so forth and so forth. But you're not like, that's a huge move right now. That's, you know, if you're going to adapt to the next point, it's 15%. So, you know, an adaptation point here where it's possibly swinging or making a new hard close, that's a big difference right now. So, but this is exactly what it would do, right? Like it would just use this and it ladders here to here to here to here to here. So here, 3, 4, 5, 6 ladders. So you have to kind of see this as the base of the move is the final of the move, right? Like it's already laddered to this point. This is 6 ladders going back, or if you know, the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, it's already laddered 6 times. And that's the base of the move. It's already done that 6 times ladder. if you break over this level, you like the move is gone, right? So you have to be mindful of that the ladder has to exist somewhere. So you can even take this out. It has to exist from this point down. So it has to exist from here down. So what we can do is we can mark this, and then we can flip our chart back. It's that level there, and we can start going to see where the ladder is developed. Obviously, nothing on the weekly. Okay, we do have the daily, so let's delete everything else. Let's now just go through this and delete everything that we haven't done yet. Right here, you delete all this stuff. We can use this as the base of the move on the bottom side. That's fine. So we actually do have the daily now, which is here. So we're just, for this example, going to turn this red, as we always would do with the daily level. We use red. No, that's the text. We don't want the text. We want the actual candle. Yeah, that's good. You have no more level setting to do right here. It doesn't exist. There is no more level setting to be done. You have to move down in time frame, right? Here, that's it. You're right there. And if this 4 hour is going to be attacked, guess what it has to do first? It has to go after this level. Do like a peach color for that one, like we always do. Right. So when you're setting these levels, and again, this is relevant right now to this move because of the events leading up to it, because of the fact that it's a very big trend. So you have to kind of consider all moving parts of this move, right? Like you're having to build out the entire piece of this move to say, okay, is this thing breaking up or down, right? And so you're really only left with two levels. And if you go back to your first question, do you think it's still laddering? Okay, well, let's go to the weekly and take a look at this for a second. Why wouldn't it be laddering is what I would first ask, right? Like if you're gonna, flip this thing again, and like, why would you assume it's not laddering anymore? That's the first thing I would say. Like, what makes you think it's not laddering? Because I don't see any point in this chart where I could say, oh, it's not laddering anymore. Look at the chart. It's not laddering. It has never broken a candle from the past one time, except when it created the base of the move, which is here, which is fine. That's still holding the base of the move. And this is why the base of the move is the base of the move, because it's the first point that tries to break the ladder back, right? So you have the base of the move, have it hit here, which is a ladder off of this, which is a ladder off of this, and that's fine. So 1, 2, you could even say 3, 4, 5, 6, right there. 6, and the base of the move, right? So identifying the base of a move, and part of how you can identify the base of a move. Where's that point where it breaks its own ladder back? So that's one dead giveaway for bases of moves. That's a pretty good tip for you guys, is when you see, a ladder, 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 ladder. All of a sudden, it goes and breaks that, and it says, oh, we're no longer laddering. Okay, that creates the base of a move, right? Where you start to back test that level and actually go below the ladder point. But this is just a longer term ladder anyways, but that creates the base of the move. So that's polarity, right? So base of the move, and then we can add a little bit of text to this. Base of the move plus polarity. So base of the move plus polarity. So we can add a little bit of context to this level, and how you can, we're just going to go right side, and how you can see where the base of the move exists, right? Because that's like a major moment in polarity, right? So you could do the same thing on this side of the chart, and see the larger time frames down. We haven't created a base yet on this move. We're probably, if we could do it, we could do it off of this level by going above it a little bit and then creating that as the base of a move, right? Or, well, you don't have one created here. That pulls back off of this. That pulls back off of this. You actually haven't, well, you have, it's just not on this chart. You have to go BXBT or BXBT, whatever it is. BXBT. 39. Yeah, because BitMEX froze. So it's actually not even XBT USD. No, that's not going to show it, is it? Oh, it actually does. Okay, perfect. Does it actually show it to the right level? Yeah, it does. It actually does show it to the right level. It's actually perfect, right? You go to the top of the move range. You could actually create a base here. I don't think you've created one anywhere else. Actually, I haven't looked, but no, you haven't. But you could go and create this base here, ladder off of something here to eventually go a little bit here, and then create the base of the move here against that 10K. So you could, what's something that can happen in the future? Sure, you could be stuck in between that range of two bases of the move, which is just a larger Pandora's box. But anyways, getting back to XBT here, that's how you would identify the base of the move, right? We just really wanted to see if this was tested on BitMEX, which it was. It just, you have to use the right chart to see it on BitMEX, their futures contracts or whatever. One, that creates a base of the move. There is no reason to think this thing is still is no longer laddering down, right? Like there's nothing here. It's still laddering larger time frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now it's laddering off of this range here. So now you're in this moment here and you're looking for that inner polarity, right? Like, okay, so let's keep this upside down for a moment and we're going to start breaking down time frames. Okay, daily is hit. We have no daily here. There is no daily here. So if we were to actually put a daily there, we can for momentarily just to say, okay, it's probably here on a different time frame, something much smaller. Go here. Take a look at this. Voila. Oh, all right. We have a 4-hour level. It's so perfect. It's actually hidden. So yeah, this is where the move can go. And in order for it to get there, it has to test this to see if this can pull it back and see if this can hold the move. So, maximum profit cap. If this breaks, you're likely going to go after the base of the move. I guess you do have one more stop right here. You could stop right here, but you wouldn't assume it would be stopping there. This is more the level of polarity here because at that point it's already broken the move, and you would either be developing a base or you would be you'd either be developing the base of a move on an already tested level. So possibly this level daily here, you could go here and make that a base to test that untested level. And so you have all your stops, right? Like all your shorts, all your shorts and longs, right? Like you have 95.20, 96.23, 97.78. Possibly a future base. That's what you could say. Possibly a future base question mark. You could say this would possibly be a future base if you break over top of this level and this level, right? But those are your important moments and how you set your levels properly. So this is, when you're looking at chart architecture and trying to pick the right levels between these things, this is called level setting, right? And how you find the base of a move is when a ladder back breaks and it goes after that same hold. Well, it's going to go after that same hold, but a ladder back breaks and that hold level holds. That's how you see it happening, right? Yeah, I think just a really, really solid top-down lesson on what could possibly be happening, not only today but in the near future here for Bitcoin. The one thing as to why I would say, because immediately seeing this, like if this wasn't here, if that wasn't there, I would immediately assume that this is going to create another base of the move here at 9,700. Because we have such a massive trend here, I don't see how you can go after this base unless you fall straight down. Like, possible scenarios, go to the hourly, pull back and it ladders. Good scenario. I think there's a good short to be had there. Now, whether you should hold that short or not, I think that decision is made in the moment. Another scenario here is you hit that hourly, you kind of do something, pull back, go up straight to the 4-hour, and then have a big pullback, confirming the long-term ladder down, confirming the rejection of this trend. Another scenario is you kind of go straight up through these levels, hit the daily, and have a much bigger pullback. This being the massive pullback that would happen. Almost the same thing that happens here, right? Like just a huge pullback, right? Maybe not that big. I don't think it would be that big. I think you're more looking to go after, maybe to this level. I don't think you're gonna go here and fall straight down. I think obviously you've got some stops on the way down here, but that's another scenario here that could happen. And I think that's it. I don't think you have anything else. I think once you start going after these higher levels, you've already broken this base. You've closed the weekly. I think too long on this side of the trend is not good for shorts, right? Too long on this side of the trend means that the higher the level you're going after, the quicker it has to move down. Otherwise, it's just going to, over time, hard close over this trend, which, as you can see, it hasn't done that at all, like ever on this chart, not even a single day. Maybe like half a day. Maybe there's like a 12-hour candle. There's no single one daily candle. So there's kind of a disparity here between levels. So the faster this thing raises, the faster it's going to fall. And if it holds, you're going to be the first time breaking over this legacy trend on a daily hard close, right? So then you have to kind of see, is it going to continue to hold? And does that set up the weekly next week, right? Do we hold that level throughout Sunday? And then, so Sunday, you've got a candle that could possibly in another 7 days open a new a new level there, right? So that's pretty important to realize that it can only go so far before it has to have a big pullback, right? And without the higher it goes without a massive pullback, the less likely it is it's going to move down, right? So yeah, I mean that's pretty good viewing of what's happening long term here and kind of what to think. So I will stop right there and hope you guys enjoyed that one.